Big day, my friends. Very big day. And it's all going to happen in a couple of hours. I'm Howard Riell. This is Real Truth from the Wall Street Journal. This month, Justice Anthony Kennedy announced he'd be retiring from the Supreme Court of the United States, giving President Trump an opportunity to nominate a potential replacement. Instantly, Trump's political opponents began questioning the credentials of those who were thought to be on his short list for the position. I saw the new nominee is like racist and he's starting a new wave of something very negative, unquote. The same sentiment was seen on social media from pundits and members of Congress alike. But what would college students have to say about the matter? Did they have substantive reasons for not trusting the potential replacement, or were they simply set on opposing any Trump nominee? To find out, the author of this piece headed to New York University to ask students what they thought about who Trump had chosen to replace Justice Kennedy. Despite the fact that Trump's decision was still days away from being finalized, students unanimously condemned Trump's move, harshly criticizing the president's non-existent nominee. Quote, "He's quite extreme in his views," says one student of the fictitious judge. "I saw all over the news that he's like a racist," said another student. "I saw the new nominee is like racist and he's starting a new wave of something very negative, and I'm really scared about the future and what choices he will make," another pupil added. When asked if she'd seen the online coverage of the event, one faculty member described witnessing, quote, "outrage as it should be," unquote. My friends, if you had any doubt that liberals, and I'm including college students who are almost uniformly liberal, that liberals are either stupid or liars, well, this should dispel it for you. Here are people giving opinions on this nominee when there is no nominee. Here they're giving absolute indictments against people who've been named to the Supreme Court when no one has been named to the Supreme Court. I guarantee you these students have not gone to the trouble to look up the records of the decisions of the potential justices. They heard someone say racist, then they say racist. It's nice and easy. It's real simple, and the best part is you don't need to think. Wait for the screams. They're coming. No matter who Donald Trump names today as Supreme Court Justice, the left will screech, he'll be likened or she will be likened to Hitler. It'll be the Holocaust all over again. They'll be racist, kids in cages, back alley abortions. Get ready. It's coming just as sure as nightfall. And that's why liberals can never, ever be trusted with power. It's Monday. It's Real Truth. I'll be right back.
Grandpa's mom is serving long one in the front range of Colorado and Pennsylvania. They specialize in guns. They currently have 400 guns. We also buy, sell, pawn, and trade gold, silver, musical instruments, knives, archery equipment, mods, side-by-side, coins, and a lot more. We buy gun collections and do appraisals, which is smart for insurance purposes should a claim arise. We are, according to ATF, Colorado's second highest volume gun dealer, and because we have multiple overhead at the big box stores, we can beat the big box stores with as much as $100 per gun. And we have the lowest interest rates in northern Colorado, half of what the corporate stores charge when you're doing it well. Come and see us at Grandpa's Pawn and Gun if you love guns, if you love gold, come and see us. Check us out on the web, www.grandpaspawn.com. or 303-772-7952. Most people think they can't afford to invest in gold and silver. But as a Patriot Trading Group, we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to hold hard assets. That's why we created our Preferred Metals program. You can get started for as little as $100 a month. Go to allamericangold.com and click on our Preferred Metals icon to learn how you can get started today. Or call us at 800-951-0592. The Patriot Trading Group, allamericangold.com.
guys, welcome back to Real Truth. You know, there are spectator sports like football and baseball and all that junk where people sit there like vegetables and watch, and they don't have to use their minds at all. And there are participatory sports like trying to figure out who Donald Trump will choose for the Supreme Court, and that takes some research and some intelligence. Here's Joe DeGeneva on Fox News weighing in on who he thinks Donald Trump should choose to be the next Justice of the Supreme Court. Now, my friends, let me comment on this. I've described John McCain as an asswipe and a traitor, and I want to reinforce both of those labels. Every Republican vote is needed. John McCain is nowhere to be seen. Yes, he's sick, but he could send someone to vote in his place. He could resign, and someone, I've heard that his wife would be the one, would take his place and go and vote. So he could go and vote, but instead, from his sickbed, he is giving the middle finger to America, to his constituents in Arizona. If there was any positive legacy left for John McCain, it's been flushed down the toilet bowl, and soon he will be too. He's disgracing his office, disgracing his military record, whatever you think of it. He's really let the people of Arizona down. He's really let America down. He was a pathetic candidate for president several years ago. John McCain is a waste of human flesh, and the sooner he exits stage left, the happier we will all be. We'll take a break, we'll come back, and we'll talk some more about the Supreme Court. This is Real Truth. Go nowhere.
If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, pain, pressure, burning, chest, job, shoulder, back or arm, the back will 5 to 6 minutes. Unequally the breathless until 5 to 6 minutes. Sudden severe amounts of vomiting, indigestion, sweating for disease, sudden unexplained extreme fatigue, loss of consciousness or sleeping, or sudden unexplained panicky feelings of feeling. It's a listen to your body. Follow you. And if you experience this that are disturbing you in any way, or even resulting in your heart, get yourself checked out for yourself. If your doctor tells you lost appetite, even younger, little access to the business to get to the bottom of your symptoms. Merkley process is in the period of 1992. Participants rely on the sun to make self-reliant for their top needs. Solar energy can be used within any situation, from comfort, power, independence to power. But if we had experience with you, something here actually, articulating all the way to bring big power is a full service company. We serve everything we do. We provide design services back to design system and work for do it yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience in your control, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to BrickLaneSolar.com.
All right, guys, we are back. 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Donald Trump will name his nominee for the Supreme Court. So people are weighing in, and if I bring them to you, you know they are the smartest people out there weighing in. Speaking of which, here is Ben Shapiro letting us know what he thinks. I happen to agree. Roberts has not distinguished himself, to say the least. John Roberts, as Chief Justice appointed by W., he rescued Obamacare. It's because of him that we got Obamacare. So he has not been a good, strong, solid conservative justice. And the fact that this guy Kavanaugh was close to the Bushes, that's a major demerit.
He's one of his friends.
Well, this woman is clearly brainless because justices don't do that. They don't answer that question. No one does. And she's trying to give Democrats a fig leaf, saying, well, they would have voted for Trump's nominee if they had answered this question, but knowing that no one will answer that question, nor should they. Now, again, is this Democrat liberal ignorance or Democrat liberal lying? Well, it doesn't really matter, whichever way you go. You want to distance yourself from Democrats as much as possible, and for very good reasons. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more, my friends. I told you it's a big day, and it is, here on Real Truth.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution. American women sitting in perfect right now, fine parents. Keep an eye on your child while children's administrator can come on. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abduction. Please make every effort to keep track of your children at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Women Incorporated in Franklin. For residential or commercial liability, call 303-263-4228.
My friends, welcome back to Real Truth. Here is the very latest, based on rumors, which is basically all there is now. The president's down to 2 candidates. Here is Judge Andrew Napolitano from earlier today on Fox News giving us the lowdown. Go ahead, Judge.
President Trump to announce his choice to replace the retiring Justice.
My friends, if Hardiman, hang on one second here, Judge. If Hardiman is center-right, then as far as I'm concerned, he's disqualified. We already have people way on the left and nearing the... We need to pull hard to the right. We don't need a centrist anything. The great Rabbi Mendel, or Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, said the middle of the road is for the horses.
Also not the president.
If he is close to the Bush wing, then he is disqualified. I say that Amy Coney Barrett is the favorite, and here's why. She's a woman, so women who are willing to throw themselves on train tracks to defend Roe versus Wade, what can they do? Say she's anti-woman? Number two, she's not the obvious pick. There are red flags going up, and Trump loves that, and it would help burnish his legacy if he were to say he nominated a woman to be on the Supreme Court. Okay? The fact that she has a large family, well, Trump loves that also. So I'm picking Barrett.
Studying under the same
By the way, Barrett is only 46 years old. The others are all in their 50s, mid to late 50s, so he will get more bang for the buck, more years on the Supreme Court from Barrett than for the others. Okay, let's go back to it. That's right. She would be the greatest lightning rod, and Donald Trump loves a fight. So I say he's going to pick Amy Barrett. You check and see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Let's go, Judge. Start talking, will you? And that, in the bizarro world of politics, my friends, the fact that she's been there such a small amount of time and hasn't published opinions is a plus, because it gives her haters, it gives the Democrats less ammo. They got fewer things with which to take issue. I'm going with Amy Coney Barrett.
We know about her.
Excuse me, the fight on abortion will be severe no matter what, because fighting is all the Democrats know how to do. We'll take a break and we'll be back. All right, folks, welcome back. I love the analyses given by Judge Napolitano all the time because he's sharp and he's smart and he's concise. So let's go back to Judge Napolitano from Fox News. He says that worries that Roe versus Wade will be overturned aren't necessarily valid. Here we go.
I think we're going to have support from Democrats.
Amy Barrett is under 50. Amy Barrett is a Catholic with 7 kids. She's got traditional values. It's too bad because Andrew Napolitano would probably make an excellent Supreme Court justice, but he's a little too old, which means he wouldn't be there that long, and so he's kind of disqualified. We're coming up on a break. Let me throw it back to Ben Shapiro from the clip we were listening to before. Yeah, the Democrats are showing all day, every day, how foolish they are. And foolish is about the nicest thing you can say about today's Democrats. They are vicious. A lot of them are thugs. They're stupid people. They're short-sighted people. And I'm very glad that we have a majority, although a razor-thin one. Let them scream. If the Republicans hang together, we'll get the person that the president names. If the Republicans hang together. We'll be right back. Folks, here's the takeaway. Whoever Donald Trump picks, you must say that thus far Trump's presidency has been about the most transparent ever. Here is Leonard Leo, constitutional expert on Fox News, talking about that transparency, and this clip will take us off the air. Here we go.
For judicial nominations.
All right, my friends, when I come back tomorrow, we will discuss two things. Number one, we'll talk about the president's pick for the Supreme Court, which we will know by then. Number two, we will talk about the extreme craziness, insanity, viciousness, and anger being displayed by the left. And I have no doubt that between now and airtime tomorrow, the left will show all of America exactly why it should never, ever be trusted with power to make decisions that affect Americans. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk some more about the Supreme Court. Hasta luego.